Councilman Dave Brown. We're right along the ringside, all ready to go with another one of those big days of championship wrestling. By golly, Davey, you never know what's going to happen and who's going to be involved in what. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I tell you, the opening match today, we know we're going to have the freight train in here. Rufus R. Jones going to be in with the opening match of the day. A little bit later on, interesting tag team. We have Eddie Gilbert, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and he's teamed with Tommy Gilbert in tag team action coming up a little bit later on today. And the King will be here. Dr. Detroit will be going against the King today. Later on, Dirty White Boys will be involved in a tag team match. They, of course, will have Jimmy Hart, their manager, in the corner.
You know, that's going to be bad and rough if you got the Dirty White Boys and Jimmy Hart involved in any kind of thing. By golly, that's it. And we've got a lot more to go than that. And we'll be showing you some of it and some interesting videotape action from around your particular area. Right now, we're going to take time out. We'll be back with an opening bout coming up with Rufus R. in just a moment. With the opening bout. We're going to have Rufus R. in here in our opening bout, and by golly, he always creates a lot of excitement. He'll be going against Pat Hutchinson, and here comes Hutchinson to the ring right now. Size disparity. Hutchinson has picked up a lot of experience since we first saw him a couple of 3 years ago, and he'll be testing Rufus R. as we're about ready to go with the opening match. Referee Jerry Calhoun coming in. Go with the introduction, Dave.
All right, it's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, 208 pounds, Pat Hutchinson. And from Dillon, South Carolina, 257 pounds, Rufus R. Jones. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Pat Hutchinson jumping Rufus Jones. Referee Jerry Calhoun says, ring the bell. Hutchinson jumped Rufus as he was climbing through the rope. Rufus R. with the upper arm. Now it's chopped across the chest, and Pat Hutchinson may wish that he at least given Rufus the opportunity to climb through the rope. He made him mad. And Rufus R. slammed Hutch into the turnbuckle. Down the rope, into the turnbuckles in another corner. Follows with a chop. Hutchinson getting the grand tour of the corners here.
By golly, Rufus coming on just exactly like his nickname, Dave. He sure is with a freight train today with Pat Hutchinson after he got jumped.
Hutchinson whipped into the rope. Backdrop's coming off of there. Rufus R. Jones looking for the rope. Doesn't really use it much for extra spring. Doesn't need it. Uses his shoulder button to put Hutchinson down to the mat. He climbs back to his feet, and there's the freight train mowing him down again. Go ahead, Bud. They're covered. 1, 2, and 3. Well, Hutchinson never had a chance after jumping Rufus R. as he was climbing through the ropes during the introduction. And you can see how it ends up here.
Yeah, his best shot, Pat, was before the bell sounded, really, in there. We're going to get Rufus over here right now. Rufus, see if I can get loose here and get over to see him. I want to talk to him about something that's come up. Oh, there he is, right there. Hey, Rufus, congratulations on the big quick win in there. He jumped you, and boy, you were right with him like a freight train.
Let me tell you something, baby. He jumped the freight train once and for all. Look, baby, I'm here for one reason. Business! Taking care of business, honey. That's what they call me. Taking care of business. So let me tell you something. Anybody that crossed my path will have to face me.
Rufus, let me ask you to do this with a stand here. You have been, the promoters have booked you as the first person against Korchenko, the big Russian, when he comes in. Now, before we talk to you about it, I want to take a listen to the interview that Korchenko had done and sent in here. Let's take a listen to it, Rufus.
The Soviet Union, long known for its supremacy in sports, now present the most dominant figure in its long list of illustrious athletes. Korchenko stands at 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighs in at 320 pounds. He is undefeated in professional wrestling. He has traveled the world over and speaks 7 different languages. He has the only record victory over Idi Amin. He holds the Turkish, the Iranian, and the Samoan pro heavyweight titles.
The arrival of Korchenko is just a few short hours away. I've spoken to my comrades in America, Ivan Koloff, Nikolai Volkov. They have told me what to expect.
There he is, and the man who's going to be facing him upon his arrival would be Rufus R. Jones. Rufus.
I'm proud to be the first man wrestling this big Russian. I'm proud to be the first one because I am a full-blood American. And no question about it. I heard a man talk many times on TV. He looked rough. He looked tough. And I believe he's tough.
He's big.
But my dad always said, Rufus, say bigger the tree, the harder it fall. And baby, once you fall, you don't get up. Kobe, I'll tell you something. You talk about a street fight, when I get a man down, I keep him down. Let me tell you something, brother. You're going to have to wrestle me. And my belief, when you go down, to stay on here and keep you down. Because, brother, you are coming to the United States. And over here, it's different. It's different altogether. And I'm going to be the first man going to wrestle you when you get off that boat. And Rufus Jones will be ready for you, honey. And I guarantee you that right now.
Okay, we're looking forward to seeing the freight train with him. Thanks, Ruf. Good luck to you, and we're going to take time out and be back in a moment. I think one of the more interesting events that has taken place in professional wrestling recently is a situation that developed between King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude, the holders of the Southern Tag Championship belts. Before we go into any action, I want you to take a look and hear what big King Kong Bundy had to say.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. The whole wrestling world wants to know what happened between King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude. You know, Jimmy, a few weeks ago, a shot at the World Tag Team Championship against the Road Warriors. Yeah, the Road Warriors, biggest, toughest team in professional wrestling, everybody says. Well, we had the Road Warriors beat. I had them hooked, Hawk the Road Warrior hooked, and all Rude had to do was come off the top rope, drop the elbow on him, I would have covered him 1, 2, 3. And what does Rude do? The Road Warrior moves an inch or two, and Rude comes off on my head, temporarily stunning me and allowing them to gain a quick 1, 2, 3 on King Kong Bundy, which you don't see too often. I let that go. I should have beat you up right then, Rude, but I didn't. Then we got the fabulous ones. The Southern Heavyweight Tag Team titles on the line, right, Jimmy? The fabulous ones. I could beat those two little geeks by myself. And what happens? Rude cost me my titles. Now, let me tell you something about those titles. They make me a lot of money, and when I go back to Atlantic City, New Jersey, money is what makes that city go round, and that's my place. So I said to Jimmy right then, I said, Jimmy, you got to choose between this little geek Rude and King Kong Bundy. And I'll tell you what Jimmy said.
You know what I said? You know exactly what I said, Bundy. I'm with you all the way, big man, because you are the future in professional wrestling, the greatest warrior of all. I am the head of the force. I am head of the first family. There was no choice at all. Rick, the Scissors, Rude. You know what? You're right, Bundy. We both carried this guy on our back. I took him into the first family. I made him. I cut videos on him. I groomed his hair. I bought him the clothes. And this is what he does to me. And Bundy humiliates us. Two of the greatest moments of our life against the fabulous ones, our big chance, and he spoils that. And then the Road Warriors, who they say is the greatest team in the world today, especially Paul Ellering, a guy who I brought up in professional wrestling, and you spoiled that night for me, too. Well, nobody does that. And you say there's a choice between this man and Rick Rude. No choice at all. There's no doubt about it. King Kong Bundy beat Jerry Lawler. King Kong Bundy beat Tommy Rich. King Kong Bundy beat Dutch Mantell, and he'll beat you, Rick Rude.
Oh, you know, Jimmy, when you think about how long we carried that gutless little coward around on our shoulders, it makes me sick. Well, Rude, you're not finished. There's still something for you to do, Rude. Why don't you become a wrestling fan? Because you're just like a fan. You're weak, you're stupid, and you're a punk.
Jimmy Hart, Mac the Knife, he's chopping on another one of his family members in there, and King Kong Bundy. Just so you can make your own judgment, I want you to take a look at what happened in the bout. between Rude and Bundy and the Fabulous Ones, and this was a highly important bout. Let's take a look at it. Steve Kern in there with Rick Rude. Stan waiting over there in the corner, and referee Tommy Marlin with an eye on him. Kern in trouble, but look at here. Kern gets out of the way. Bundy kick. Steve takes the tag from Stan Lane, and Rick Rude with that rock-hard stomach he talks about takes a shot right in the inside. Got his hand up. Bundy did not. Steve Kern again on the outside of Stan in. There's the reach. No strength. Don't think there's any doubt Bundy really has not been exerting himself. At first I thought it was an accident in terms of the tag, but no way. He is just not exerting himself to tag Rude. Look at that. Bundy taking that beef of his as he pounds Stan right in the back of the neck. Kern keeping a close eye on it. And the referee making sure that he didn't get too close to it. Louisville Gardens. Big action. Bam. A lot at stake. Southern tag belt. Bundy. There's a tag on Rick Rude. And Bundy kind of shoves him. Even jawing. Steve Kern gets a tag, and that was in for knee. There's Thomas Marlin over there that bumped out. Couldn't see it. Running Steve back out. Steve trying to tell him. Rude and Bundy make the exchange. Stan covers up Rude. Now 1, 2, 3. And new Southern Tag Champions, the Fabulous Ones, Stan Lane, Steve Kern. Not an upset, but certainly something the crowd really wanted to see as Kern and Lane put it all on the line against the belts. Took them away from Rude and Bundy. His heart talking with Bundy there. Rude was the one that got pinned. Rick Rude hobbling back to the corner. It continues. They've been kind of chicken fighting all the way through. Bundy's had a sour lip through this whole match. Hart now explaining up there what's the matter. Of course, all he cares about is the money and his percentage that the Southern Tag belts bring. And he is laying the law down to Rick Rude. Rude trying to explain his side of it to Hart, apparently. Oh, we have a little problem in the family. Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy, dropped the Southern Tag title to Stan and Steve. And now Bundy explaining to Rude, I am not used to losing a match. Why did you lose it? And Rude, he got hit. Bundy jumped him. Rude just simply said, let's forget it. And Bundy nailed him right away. He's got a chain he got from Hart. Rick Rude in a major split in the family right here in the Gardens. Oh, boy, he is bleeding where he's ripped him 3 times with that chain. Rude and Bundy had their problems all the way through, but we never thought it would lead to something like this. Look at Bundy. He is beating the stew out of Rick Rude. Who's going to help him? I'll tell you, the Fabs at least had enough sympathy for a human being to come in there, and Bundy and Hart go bailing out. The new Southern Tag Champs, Stan and Steve, big story. Rude and Bundy fight it out right there in the ring. Yeah, boy, you're talking about banging him. Oh, man, Rude really got on him. Kind of an interesting situation in there as it developed, and you notice how when Rude in the match with the Road Warriors hit Bundy after one of the Road Warriors got out of the way. Bundy didn't say anything about him letting the Road Warriors go.
True.
And it's not that I got any great love for Rick Rude, but these guys sometimes get you a little hot. Let's take a listen to what Rude responded with.
You know, a lot of you people out there might be wondering what took place between King Kong Bundy and myself in our title match last week. A lot of people may be surprised at what took place. But maybe if you knew the story behind the match, if you knew how this all built up, you wouldn't be quite so surprised. You see, a few months ago, a Hollywood publicist got a hold of me. A Hollywood publicist by the name of Warren Seabury. And he started creating headlines like this all over the country for myself. And I signed a contract with him because I felt that it would help me reach my financial goals a little bit faster. And as soon as I signed that contract, I noticed a change in Jimmy Hart's attitude. He started holding family meetings and started leaving Rick out. It's just, Jimmy Hart wants to have his fingers in everything. Jimmy Hart wants to say jump, and Rick is supposed to say how high. Jimmy Hart's supposed to tell me what to wear. Jimmy Hart's supposed to tell me what to say. And when I signed this contract, it really irritated him. Well, Hart, I got news for you. I'm ravishing Rick. I always have been, and I always will be. I'm tougher than anyone you have in that family. And I'm going to beat the daylights out of you and King Kong Bundy together. And you can mark my words, Hart, because that's a promise from me to you.
Well, two big stories right there. Rude and Bundy really on the outs, ready to go at each other's throat at the drop of a contract at any place, any time. And the other one is the fabulous ones, the new Southern Tag Champs. We got more wrestling in the ring. In a moment, we'll be seeing Eddie Gilbert and Tommy Gilbert together in just a moment. Okay, Brother Dave, we've got coming up Eddie Gilbert. By golly, we haven't seen Tommy in a long time. Eddie, of course, the holder of the international heavyweight title, and they'll be going in an interesting tag match. Jimmy Hart. That is still very hard for me to swallow to see Eddie and Tommy out there.
Russell, look, baby, together again, the Gilberts, man, one of the greatest teams in the history of professional wrestling. Family members all the way, right, Edward, baby?
Hey, won't you welcome my dad back here now today? Come on. All our friends are happy to see us. I'm sure you and Dave are happy to see us, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that all of them are happy to see you, Eddie, not by a long shot.
Listen to this, Jimmy. Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you on Eddie Marlin's payroll by any chance?
I work.
Oh, I can see where a line like that would come to you, but Lance, I want to say something. You know, I'm the international heavyweight champion, and how long have I held this now? A long time. Very long time, longer than anybody else. But go ahead, I want you to welcome my dad back now, because he thinks I'm great and all these people do.
I will welcome him back. Tommy, you and I thought had been friends for a long time. I've been wanting to talk to you and haven't seen you in a long time about your son. Now, I've known him, and you know that, as long as he's been around, and I am stunned at the attitude that he's taken. I'm really a little surprised at the attitude you've taken in regards to Eddie.
Lance, who's the champion?
Oh,
international. Look,
he is the international champion.
And how long has he held it? He's held it longer than anybody else.
Longer than I thought he would.
Yeah, that's right. Tell him, Dad. Go ahead,
I
baby.
respect his decision. I respect him. I respect this man.
Yeah.
Let's go beat some heads, man.
Okay, Tommy Gilbert.
How do you like that?
Jimmy.
I tell you exactly what they're going to
really
do.
do
Pumps
the
in the
job.
ring right here, baby.
Okay, Dave. Let's have the introduction.
All right, it's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 449 pounds. On the right of the screen, from Charleston, West Virginia, Mark Batten. And from St. Petersburg, Florida, John King. Going against them at a total of 430 pounds. From Lexington, Tennessee, with their manager, Jimmy Hart, the Gilberts, Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert, and Tommy Gilbert. Eddie, of course, the holder, as they mentioned, of the international title. Tag team match, one fall, 15-minute time limit, and Jerry Calhoun is the referee.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Dave. It is obvious, and it astounds me that how heart, association with heart, rubs off on people. It is a poison you just absolutely cannot believe. Now, I've known Eddie and Tommy a long, long time. That kind of an attitude I don't believe. John King starting out. He's a big, good-looking wrestler, and he's teamed up with another one. Johnny Wilhoit, who got his leg hurt as they worked on it, is out. Mark going with John King.
Eddie Gilbert, the strut across the ring. Hot Stuff. Wrestling tag team today with his dad, Tommy Gilbert. John King. Eddie Gilbert rolling back and forth down the rope. Eddie made a tag. Here comes Tommy. Tommy grabs John King. Using a face lock. Forearm smash. Head into the turnbuckle. Tommy Gilbert makes the tag, and here's Eddie coming back in.
Woo! Don't they look great? Don't they look great together? The Gilberts together again, man.
Yeah, they're together again, but as Lance said, it's a bit hard to swallow. John King gets the tag. Here comes Mark Batten. Mark Batten against Tommy Gilbert. Tommy and Eddie with the little conference back in the corner back here. Tommy right dead in the middle of the ring here. Mark Batten now goes with a headlock. Tommy fires into the rope. Let's go out. Oh, the knee to the rib cage by
Eddie Gilbert from outside. Gilbert's make the exchange. Upper arm by Eddie Gilbert.
I don't see Wilhoit out here, do you, Davey? Huh?
Wilhoit's injured, as you well know.
You're going to believe it, baby.
Mark Batten picked up. Eddie Gilbert makes the tag. Into the rope goes Batten, and Tommy Gilbert is there with the upper arm and perhaps the point of the elbow as he came over there.
Beautiful teamwork.
Yeah, it's teamwork, all right. After a tag had been made.
Tommy looks great, doesn't he? Doesn't he, Davey? Look at him. He looks great.
There's a tag
Super
made.
condition.
Mark Batten had the flip put on him. Eddie followed, looked like with a fist. Batten rolls it down, one, but Tommy Gilbert is there. Plants a boot in the back of the head. Looked like Batten may have been able to hold him down for the 3 count had there not been the outside interference, but there was. Batten, double backdrop by Tommy and Eddie Gilbert.
Teamwork once again.
Batten hooks him down, 1. Count of 1, there's Eddie Gilbert in from outside. That's also teamwork, right?
Hey, baby, they've been working together a long time. Look at this, man. They can get in, get out just like that, baby.
3.5 minutes gone in this one. 15 minutes our overall time limit. Tommy Gilbert, side kick. Tommy with a knee lift. And from outside, there's Eddie putting his 2 cents worth in. He grabs Batten and rolls him right under the rope, out on the apron.
Baby. Don't give a sucker an even break. Hit it,
Eddie
baby.
Gilbert hammered on him from outside. That's, I'm sure, again, the Jimmy Hart version of teamwork. One distracts the referee inside. The other one beats the stew out of him out on the apron. Tommy Gilbert. Whoa, he hammered.
Beautiful.
Used the upper arm. Batten looking for the tag, but missing it by a good foot and a half. Eddie Gilbert choking it.
Go ahead, Eddie. Do anything you want to do, baby. You're the international champion.
4.5 minutes into the action. Mark Batten's head rammed into the knee of Tommy Gilbert over in the corner. The Gilberts make the change. Tommy Gilbert in there. Mark Batten trying to battle Tommy Gilbert. Over to the corner. Here comes John King after the tag. John King going it alone against both of them. Now Eddie back outside. It's Tommy Gilbert into the ropes. John King with a drop kick puts him down to the mat. Tommy picked him up, suplexed him. Eddie pops him down. Vicious move. Count is 1, 2. This one's over. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to time. The 3 count falls as there was teamwork by the Gilberts, Tommy and Eddie. Take a look at what happened. What's the move that put on him here? All right, there's the back suplex by Tommy. Left him for Eddie. Eddie picks him up, and watch what he does to it. He hooks him, snaps him down, flips him over, and boy, he really snapped that neck when he flipped him like that. There's the 3rd count, and that's the win for Tommy and Eddie Gilbert as the crowd chants hard as a win.
The effect of that move, that's the Eddie Gilbert special, is kind of a legalized pile driver, yeah, Dave. The effect is
Gilbert reigns supreme.
Yeah. That's one match we've seen, Eddie, bring that to your attention. I hate to be crass about it, but they win one match over a good team, King and Batten, a good-looking team. To be a little more specific on the match with Gilbert and Sir Lanny Poffo, this is one of the reasons I made the comment to Tommy that I did. I want you to take a look at this international title match. You know, Gilbert had put Lanny Poffo down. No competition. Get me some competition. And all that. Watch this match.
You hear Randy Savage yelling encouragement from the corner. Reversal. Around and around. Calhoun caught hard. Sent him in a reversal again, and sunset flip broke it up. Randy trying to help Calhoun, and a jackknife. Watch Hart. Hart comes in after him. Savage going after him, Lance. Chasing him back to the back. Whoa, and there goes Hart. Savage right after him. But the title bout goes on. Lanny, a complete backflip over Gilbert. Gilbert is almost out on his feet. There's that reverse bridge. What's this? That's Tommy Gilbert, who jumps in a ring, stomps on Lanny Poffo, Eddie's father. I'm not believing this. Tommy Gilbert interfering. Now, Tommy and I have been friends a long time, but I'll tell you what, no way you can condone anything like that. He's got fatherly pride, but I can't go with that, Randy. Has that cowboy boot off. Grabs him in. Somebody from the crowd throws in another cowboy boot. They're going to use it against him, I'm afraid. Have Lanny Poffo busted open. Gilbert gets the international title belt. Going to come off on him. Savage and Chase Hart back to the dressing room. Tommy Gilbert. I can't believe it, Lance. Man, really working him over. 27 minutes. Gilbert leaves the ring. Savage.
Yeah, to further, I guess I didn't mention, that was Randy Hales, our buddy doing the commentary, by the way. Savage was in Lanny's corner, had made the arrangements to have a managerial license and that kind of stuff, and so he was in Lanny's corner, and of course Hart was over in Gilbert's corner, and boy, oh boy, it went from right there. We're going to take time out. We haven't seen all of it today on Championship Wrestling. Stay right there. We'll be back in a moment.
Okay, there's the King, and he's in the ring ready to go at it. Got a big single match coming up here. Referee Jerry Calhoun and Lawler's opponent stepping in. He's a big one, Dr. Detroit. I think we've seen him, what, once maybe?
Seen him once on Championship Wrestling, yeah.
And he, yeah, that's right, he was wrestling as a partner with Phil Hickerson, I think, and the only time that we saw it. He's a big, strong son of a gun, and we're ready for the official announcement.
It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match from Detroit at 252 pounds. It's Dr. Detroit, and going against him from Memphis, Tennessee at 234 pounds, the King, Jerry Lawler. One-fall, 15-minute time limit, Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, Dr. Detroit peeling off his gear as they get ready to go in this one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Lawler will be giving away about 20 pounds at least to this guy, and Jerry's in at 234. We're ready for the action. No time. And here comes Lawler out of the corner to meet Dr. Detroit. Referee Jerry Calhoun, one fall, 15 minutes. Championship Wrestling, Dave Brown and Lance Russell right along ringside as we're looking at the action. Ready to unfold. They're kind of... Dr. Detroit wants to get right in. Wants to get in to test the strength, and Lawler weighs back. Hi there. Tied up, center of the ring. Referee calling for a clean break. Lawler gave him the clean break. He was sorry he did.
Yeah, Dr. Detroit shoved him down to the mat as Lawler was breaking it clean.
Detroit trying to tell the referee, I thought he was going to hit me, and I was just protecting myself. Lawler's saying, hey, I'll take care of this. This time, the King backs him up in the opposite corner. And again, Jerry was kind of waiting to see what he was going to do, but he waited too long.
This Dr. Detroit, some kind of strength. Lance mentioned the last time we had him on Championship Wrestling was with Phil Hickerson, and they were awesome, both of them with their strength. So we've seen what Dr. Detroit can do.
Lawler backed into the corner this time by the heavier Dr. Detroit. Oh. Zipped the right hand at him. I can't believe he's telling the referee, I didn't hit him. I don't think that's what he said. But the referee was standing right there looking at him for crying out loud.
Yeah, we had 3 cameras pointed at him.
Yeah, two all 4.
Ooh, Hey, Lawler didn't hit him either, I don't guess, huh?
No.
Boy, that loosened the mask, I'm sure, as Lawler really let him have it back here in this corner after being nailed himself a couple of times by Dr. Detroit. 2 minutes, 20 seconds gone in the match.
Center of the ring now. The referee trying to get them to open up their fist as there's been a little slugging on both sides. Now, once again, Dr. Detroit saying, come on, let's show everybody who's the strongest. Ooh, Dr. Detroit. Iron grip. He nails him. Jerry down to one knee. Oh, don't count him out yet, friend. I've seen Jerry in this situation before. He's back up now. And bingo! That right hand will solve a lot of problems if it's placed in the right position.
It does it for Lawler time after time, and it worked that time. Talked about how powerful Dr. Detroit was. Lawler's got plenty of power himself, especially in that right hand, which, as you say, he's used to good advantage on many occasions.
Jerry says, I'm ready to call it quits with a fist. Let's see what Dr. Detroit wants to do. They're back to the center again.
Dr. Detroit wants the strength test again, asking for support from the crowd. The hands locked. Lawler wins.
Doesn't learn very quick, does he?
No.
Well, that's one thing that's made Jerry such a great competitor. He uses his head, and he doesn't mind pulling the stops when they have to be pulled, and, brother, he pounded it out of there.
Dr. Detroit says, no, I don't want to do that again.
He did learn.
He did learn that time.
Yes, he did. He ripped him twice right in the nose. Little explanation going with the referee. Come on, now let's make it a clean wrestling match. I'm not sure we're going to have that, but he's making his best effort. Ooh, boy, I'll tell you what. He really nailed Lawler. That slice he caught him in the corner. Put him down. This one with the third right hand and dropped right down upon him. Lawler trying to fight his way back up. Dr. Detroit. He says this is name building time right now. He's got the king in there. And Lawler back up, whips that strap down. Well, we'll see what Dr. Detroit's got to say about this as Lawler comes back with a right hand. Jerry over the shoulder. Now. The referee trying to break him away, but Lawler staying right on top of him.
He lifted him about 2 feet off the mat that time.
That elbow pretty decisive, followed by another one. Hey, count it out.
That's right.
He got him. He blitzed him, whipped him in, finished him off with that elbow, and boy, I'll tell you one thing, he put him down there for a good one. You want to see somebody catch an elbow, take a look at Dr. Detroit as he is whipped into the ring, and as he comes off of there, Lawler catches him full with that upper arm, part of the shoulder, drops him, comes right down straight across on him, hooks him, and brings him up into a 3 count. And the winner, Jerry the King Lawler, comes through with the victory over Dr. Detroit.
Like running into a brick wall as Lawler is firmly planted right there. 5:45 the time on it.
Woody, we're going to take time out. We've got a big expiration of time tag match coming up here as the Dirty White Boys will be in action with Jimmy Hart in the corner. The referee finally getting Dr. Detroit out, holds Lawler's hand up. And that is all of that match. We'll be back with the tag action match in just a moment. Here come the opponents. Keith Herrick hopping in the ring first, and there's Jerry Bryant. Jerry back in action. We hadn't seen him in quite some time. And here they come. Get Lawler out here. You better be trying to take care of what you got to take care of, Dirty White Boy. There they come, Lyndon and Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boys, with helpful Jimmy Hart. Let's have the introduction, Dave.
Expiration of time match, total weight of 424 pounds, both from Memphis, Tennessee, over on the right of the screen. Jerry Bryant and Keith Herrick going against them at a total of 415 pounds from San Francisco, California, with their manager, Jimmy Hart, Lynn Dillon, and Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boys. This match to the expiration of time. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, having said that, we start unpeeling and get all the stud belts and wrist things off, and the Dirty White Boys will pare it down to 1 as one of them helps Jimmy Hart out of the ring, and it'll be Lynn Denton starting against Jerry Bryant. And here we go, expiration of time, tag match ticket.
Lynn Denton backing Jerry Bryant back into the corner. Bryant ducked out of the way as Denton was coming in with an upper arm. Now Bryant back into the corner again. This time, the dirty white boy, Lynn Denton, made contact. Bryant's head made contact there with the turnbuckles. Into the knee, and the other one over in the corner. The dirty white boys make a tag. Tony Anthony coming in. Jerry Bryant. Clothesline. Anthony follows up with a couple of boots, one to the back, one to the top of the head. Taunting Bryant. Bryant. I think these guys have run across Bryant before. He's a battler.
You know, we're getting interested. You know, Bryant's one of these kids who go to the Jerry Lawler School of Wrestling. He's been in this school for about 8 years now. He comes out and still doesn't know a dadgum thing.
And he knows he got hit with a fist there by Lynn Denton. Ooh. Tag made by Bryant over the corner. This is Keith Eric. Dirty white boys running wild here. The tag made. Here's Tony Anthony. Eric flips middle of the ring. Anthony sliding the knee across the top of his head. Minute 40 seconds gone. Expiration of time match here. Maybe one fall, maybe 3 or 4. Just depends on the time remaining. Dirty white boys. Tony Anthony in there right now. Keith Eric back on his feet, no more than on his feet, and Anthony hammers him. Now he's choking him back on the rope. Ooh, Lynn Denton smashed him from out on the apron. Moves to the midsection as Lynn Denton stays in. Oh, could hear that one downtown. Lynn Denton with the forearm. Keith Eric driven back to the ropes. He's over close to the corner. He does get the tag. Here's Jerry Bryant coming in. Bryant started the match.
He's using the fist. I can't believe this. Calhoun's not even doing anything about it.
Can't believe that. How many fists have the Dirty White Boys already thrown in this match? I asked the wrestling fans. Several is the answer. Lost count. Dirty White Boys put Bryant into the rope. Double arm as he comes off. 3 minutes gone in the match. First fall action. There's a body slam by Tony Anthony of the Dirty White Boys. Bryant on the mat. Anthony drops down with a forearm. Anthony throws it through the rope. Bryant hits on the apron and bounces down onto the floor. There's Jerry Bryant. You can see the Dirty White Boys. Lynn Denton up on the apron. Tony Anthony out of camera range in the ring now. Denton rolls Bryant back under the rope. Tony Anthony comes over with that big boot. They make a tag. 3 minutes, 45 seconds gone in the first ball. Bryant gets to the corner of the tag on Keith Eric. Eric really went after Lynn Denton, but Denton slowed him down. Now hammers him with the right hand. Keith Eric. 4 minutes, 15 seconds gone. Keith Eric is next sprung by Tony Anthony out on the apron there. Lynn Denton waiting in the ring. Well, the Dirty White Boys just in almost total control. Very picked up in the air and slammed. There's a cover. Might be it. Oops. Lynn Denton picks him up by the hair. Would not go for the 3 count. They make the tag, and Tony Anthony comes in as the Dirty White Boys just punishing Keith Eric. Double team. Off the rope, Dick power slams him down to the mat. 1, 2, and 3. 5 minutes, 7 seconds of action, and the Dirty White Boys have won this fall over Keith Eric and Jerry Bryant. Bryant and Eric both gave it a go. Just didn't have it, at least in that fall, against the Dirty White Boys. Hey, we take a look at the way it wrapped up. Dirty White Boys had a couple of opportunities to win it. But here's what finally happened after the double team. They put Eric into the rope, got him down to the mat with that power slam, and that's what wrapped it up for the 3 count right there. They lead it 1 fall to none.
Okay, the action, we'll still have some more. Dave, we started last week, and okay, we got to take a break right now. All right, we'll pick it up after the break. That's the best we can do on that. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Yeah, we have just used ourselves right out of time, Dave. I hear that theme in the background, so we don't even really have time for anything like the winners and all until we see you next week for Dave Brown. This is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of